In today's video, we are making a Manuka Honey conditioner 2 different ways. Last time, we made Manuka Honey shampoo, and I thought a Manuka Honey conditioner would be the perfect follow-up. To make both conditioners, we're using products and ingredients from Essential Labs. Essential Labs was kind enough to gift me some goodies to formulate 2 conditioner recipes that I am excited to share with you today. The first recipe is the easiest recipe since we are using a pre-made conditioner base from Essential Labs. This takes all the guesswork out of formulating and simplifies the process. You can use these pre-made bases as is for personal use, or you can personalize them for your own brand. Essential Labs has a large variety of bulk ingredients, including conditioner bases. Last time, we used the curl enhancing conditioner to make a rosemary conditioner, and it was so lovely. This time we are using the herbal wheat and oat conditioner base. This base has a smooth, milky consistency and is packed with over 87% of organic content. It has amazing softening and conditioning properties. This base is ready to use as is, but today we'll be showing you how to personalize it to make it your own using additives like Manuka Honey. Manuka Honey has so many benefits to improve hair health and growth. It can soften the hair, boost moisture and shine. It also improves the manageability of your hair. So let's start with the first recipe. To make the first recipe, you need 239.5 grams of herbal wheat and oat conditioner base. When using any base, you want to test it for stability when adding additives. I typically try not to add anything more than 1 to 5%. It is definitely possible to add more than 5% depending on which base you use. Keep in mind that water-based additives could thin out the consistency. Continuing with the first recipe, next I am adding 5 grams of vegetable glycerin. I am using this to first disperse the Manuka Honey and make it easier to add to the base. I am using 2.5 grams of Manuka Honey. Next, I'm adding 2.5 grams of benzoyl alcohol, salicylic acid, glycerin and sorbate acid preservative. This is also known as GEOGARD ECT, which is much easier to say. This will be the preservative. Next, I'm adding 0.5 grams of fragrance oil. You can add any fragrance oil of your choice. Mix your additives well and then add them to the larger batch. Mix until uniform. We just made a Manuka Honey conditioner by adding just a few ingredients to an already pre-made base, and now it is ready to use. This is the final product. Look how beautiful this conditioner is. It also has 9 organic extracts, including organic oat straw extract, which increases the softness of the hair, making it ideal for people with textured hair. It's also excellent for those with sensitive scalp and skin. Now it is ready to be used. Put it in the container of your choice. You can even add your own personalized label like I did here. It is super easy to do. Essential Labs pre-made bases truly make the process super easy and fun to do. For recipe 2, I am using a few ingredients from Essential Labs to make this silky smooth, creamy Manuka Honey conditioner. This conditioner is slightly on the advanced side and is still in its experimental phase. Please note, I am still testing out this formula. So let's jump right into the second recipe. There are 4 different phases, phase A, B, C, and D. Let's go over them now. For phase A, let's make the slurry. To make the slurry, you need vegetable glycerin and xanthan gum. This xanthan gum is a gift from Essential Labs and has become one of my favorite water-soluble thickeners and stabilizers. It is so easy to work with and provides a lovely texture to many different creations. I am dispersing 2.4 grams of xanthan gum into 4 grams of vegetable glycerin. We're going to sit that to the side while we work on phase B, which is the water phase. The water phase ingredients include distilled water, 1% hyaluronic acid, Panthenol, Manuka Honey, and Sodium Phytate. I'm starting off with 208 grams of distilled water, followed by 0.8 grams of Sodium Phytate. Sodium Phytate is a chelating agent that will increase the efficacy of the preservative. It also naturally has a high pH, which will help balance the final pH of this conditioner. Next, I'm adding 12 grams of Panthenol. Panthenol is also known as provitamin B5. It penetrates the hair to boost moisture and shine. Mix in the Panthenol powder until it dissolves completely in the distilled water. Next, I am adding 80 grams of 1% hyaluronic acid solution. Hyaluronic acid is a very powerful humectant and draws in moisture to the hair. It is widely used in skincare, but is gradually becoming more widely used in hair care as well. So I wanted to test it out here, and I am still experimenting with hyaluronic acid. This is a new to me ingredient. I wanted to thank Essential Labs for gifting this hyaluronic acid to me. I have been having so much fun experimenting with it. It comes in powdered form, but once it's hydrated with water, it becomes so thick and just has this beautiful viscosity. After mixing in the 1% hyaluronic acid solution, the water phase will slightly thicken. Now I am adding 4 grams of Manuka honey. I'm going to mix it until it dissolves. You can also pre-mix it in glycerin to speed up this process. So guys, I want to be truthful with you. Ideally, using an overhead mixer would be ideal for this formula. But knowing that we are homemakers, I wanted to find a way to do this without an overhead mixer, as many of you may not have one. Without the overhead mixer, it would also be harder to stabilize this formulation. As you can see here, when I added phase A to phase B, I got huge clumps of xanthan gum that did not readily hydrate. With proper agitation with an overhead mixer, I would have been able to slowly sprinkle the powder in and form a beautiful viscous solution base. Instead, I had to use my immersion blender to fully hydrate this mixture. This completely altered the water phase, and the final consistency was not like the initial test with the 50-gram batch. However, I will continue with the larger batch to show you all how I fix this issue later. So once the xanthan gum is hydrated, set the water phase to the side so that we can work on phase C, which is our oil phase. Phase C ingredients include Peg-40 Hydrogenated Castor oil, BTMS 25, hair conditioning concentrate, and argan oil from Essential Labs. The oil phase gives the conditioner its creaminess and emolliency. It also includes the emulsifier, which will stabilize and thicken the product. The first emulsifier is butyronium methosulfate and cetyl alcohol, or like I said, we're going to call this BTMS 25 for short. I'm using 16 grams of BTMS 25. This conditioning emulsifier is a gift from Essential Labs that will help the water and the oil phase come together, since oil and water do not mix. Next, I'm adding 8 grams of hair conditioning concentrate from Essential Labs. This was also a gift. This concentration provides outstanding conditioning properties which will boost your conditioner. It comes in flake forms, which make it easier to measure and melt down. Also from Essential Labs, I am using argan oil as my emollient. Argan oil is widely used in hair care to soften and strengthen hair. It nourishes the scalp and provides slip and shine. This oil is lightweight and absorbs fast. Next is the co-emulsifier. Since this conditioner has a large water phase, I am using an additional emulsifier to make sure it remains stable. Peg-40 Hydrogenated Castor oil will help to thicken and provide stability to the final product, as well as making sure our water and oil phase do not separate. Now that we have all of the phase B ingredients, we can melt them down. You can do this using a water bath or whatever method works best for you. This will make it easier to combine the water and the oil phase. When I initially tested this recipe in a smaller 50-gram batch, it formed a beautiful emulsion without the use of an immersion blender. I did not need an immersion blender to combine the heated water phase and melted oil phase at all. However, for the larger 400-gram batch, it was impossible to mix it without the immersion blender. Again, I do not recommend the immersion blender. I highly recommend an overhead mixer. However, as a home crafter, we will make use of the immersion blender. The immersion blender was necessary, but it changed the final consistency and stability of this product. So I highly recommend an overhead mixer, which is why I labeled this recipe advanced. Okay, so this is the consistency so far. Remember, this is still piping hot, so be cautious. Please note, this is not the consistency I got from the smaller batch when I first mixed the water and oil phase. But I still wanted to share with you all what I've come up with, because I believe it will provide a very good base for an extremely conditioning, beautiful conditioner. So now, we will let this cool down so that we can add our phase C ingredients, or the cool down phase. The cool down phase ingredients consist of our heat sensitive ingredients like the preservative and fragrance oil. This is also where you would add extracts that are heat sensitive. First, I'm adding 4 grams of Propanediol 1,3. Propanediol 1,3 is a hair conditioner, humectant, preservative booster, and solvent. It reduces static and improves detangling. I'm using it as a solvent for the preservative, extract, and fragrance oil. For my preservative, I'm using 4 grams of Phenoxyethanol and 4 grams of GEOGARD ECT. Mix until they dissolve well. Next, I'm adding 0.4 grams of Rosemary Oil Extract. This extract is a potent antioxidant and you only need a little bit to protect your product. However, this is not a preservative and should not be used solely as so. I'm also adding 0.4 grams of rose gold fragrance oil that I am completely obsessed with. It smells amazing and it complements the conditioner well. Once you mix all of the cool down phase ingredients together, add them to the larger batch when the temperature is under 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Mix until uniform. Now this is what our final product is looking like. Once again, this is not what I got when I made the 50-gram batch test. The 400-gram batch is milky and smooth and has a very light and soft skin feel. On the other hand, the 50-gram batch, it was viscous and creamy and just so lovely and had a beautiful skin feel. So even though I'm absolutely in love with both batches, I wanted to show you all how I fixed the issue with the 400-gram batch. All I did was add an additional emulsifier, which is polysorbate 80. I added it to Xanthan Gum to also add more viscosity and thickness to our conditioner. So let's see how I enhanced the texture of the conditioner. My goal was to mimic the 50-gram batch. I mixed the slurry of the polysorbate 80 and Xanthan Gum in, immediately thickened the batch and became more gooey and less milky. This is what I got from the 50-gram batch without the use of polysorbate 80 or the immersion blender. I would definitely experiment more to find out why this is. If you have any suggestions, please leave a comment down below, because I 100% want to do more testing because I'm obsessed with this conditioner and this consistency and texture, and I would like to make it in a larger batch. It is absolutely beautiful, but I don't feel like we should have to add the additional emulsifier and Xanthan Gum to get this consistency. Look at the difference. Look at how it oozes. It is absolutely breathtaking. So keep in mind that the only difference between the 50-gram batch and the 400-gram batch is the use of an immersion blender. So the process in which you make something is also very important. The process and the tools will affect your final product. Once I was happy with the final product, I poured it into a squeeze bottle, but the consistency will definitely allow you to add it to a jar. It is definitely up to your preference. I'm using this beautiful yellow jar that I believe fits the Manuka Honey theme so well. It is so beautiful and I can't wait to test the experimental formula more. So even though there was a few hiccups with formulating this conditioner, I still wanted to show you guys just because this is the process. This is what being a homemaker is. Testing and trying to figure out ways to make it easier for us to make professional or almost or close to commercial style conditioner, shampoos, and other creations. So I definitely 100% want to still experiment with this formula, but I still felt like it was something I would love to share with you guys. Please let me know what you guys think about it below. I would definitely love to discuss more about this conditioner in the comment section below. I want to say thank you again to Essential Labs for sponsoring this video and gifting me these amazing ingredients. I absolutely love everything and will be utilizing them in future formulations and creations, especially the hyaluronic acid and Xanthan Gum. They have truly become my obsession lately. Be sure to click the link below to check out Essential Labs and their other bulk bases and ingredients so that you can do your own experiments and make your own DIY creations. Essential Labs was also kind enough to provide some coupon codes, so be sure to check them out. For the description box, click more. It's going to expand and you will have access to all the measurements and ingredients, as well as the links if you would like to try out any of these ingredients or products that I showcased in this video today. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting my channel, and please like, subscribe, and comment. Also, if you would like to see the video that I did on the Manuka Honey shampoo, go ahead and click this video right here. I will be doing more tests with this shampoo base. I think I want to walk you guys through the processes that I'm going through, and I think that will be a fun little series to kind of show you guys exactly the process of me testing these different formulas. So yeah, make sure you're liking and subscribing and following so that you guys can keep up with the videos I'm coming up with. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.